Hi, my name's Jack. I'm a designer and video maker living in London, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the best YouTube recording setup for under £1,000. Before I actually get into the individual parts of this setup, I am going to do the normal disclaimer that you're probably bored of if you watch a lot of gear videos on YouTube, and that is that the gear really doesn't matter. It's just about actually picking up any sort of camera you have, whether that's your phone or your computer webcam, and just to start recording. About 6 months ago, I started making YouTube videos again. I didn't have any sort of camera other than my phone, but I still used that, and I made a couple of videos which I'm still quite proud of today. If you want to see an example of those videos, I'll leave a link in the description, but as you can see on screen, the quality is pretty decent for a smartphone. At the end of the day, it's really about what you have to show and what you have to say on YouTube. It's not about spending lots of money on gear. Moving on from that point, however, compared to when I first started making videos about 10 years ago, the standard of quality and the standard people actually expect to see on YouTube has raised significantly, meaning that if you are going to take making videos seriously, at some point it is worth investing in that equipment, but absolutely start making videos before doing that. So let's get into the first item of this setup, which is the camera, and that is the Canon M50. So the Canon M50 is massively popular with video creators and photographers, mainly because it offers really good quality at a very affordable price. So I got my Canon M50 with a kit lens for about £550 used on eBay. If you just want the body, you can get it as cheap as kind of £450, £480, which is an absolute steal for a camera this good. I think one of the underrated features of the Canon M50 is the fact that it's mirrorless and it's got a very small form factor, meaning that if you're going out and about and recording videos or taking photos, it can quite easily fit in a pocket on a coat or not take much room up in a bag. It's also very lightweight, so if you're vlogging or doing street photography, you're not going to find it a nuisance carrying around all day. So in terms of how the video quality looks, well, you tell me. This is being recorded on the Canon M50 right now. The lens that I've got on the camera is the Canon 22mm f2.0 EFM prime lens. I wouldn't say this is an essential part of this setup. Having the low f-stop of this lens gives that kind of nice depth of field look that people really like on YouTube. However, if you are on a strict budget, you can save about £200 from this overall setup by just using the kit lens that comes with the Canon M50. I do, however, definitely recommend this lens. Just like the Canon M50, I love how small the form factor of this lens is. It is even smaller than the kit lens that comes with the Canon M50, making it even more convenient to carry out and about. I also like the fact that being 22mm, it's quite wide angle, so the camera at the moment is about 1 meter away from me, and you can see there's lots of space around me. I'm framed quite nicely, while still having a blurry background behind me at f2.0. So on Amazon, this lens costs £219. I actually managed to get it for £135 on eBay in perfect condition. The only thing was it didn't come in original packaging. However, the lens itself is exactly like it would be if it was brand new, and I'm extremely happy with it and would recommend it if you're looking for a similar setup to mine. Now let's move on to audio, which is one of the most important things about a good YouTube setup. This is because people will quite happily watch a video that has poor image quality. However, if the sound is annoying or difficult to hear, then people will just click off the video straight away. The microphone that I use is the Rode VideoMicro. It's not an expensive microphone, it costs about £50 new. It comes with a dead cat filter, which I don't use when I record inside, just because there is no wind inside. However, if I ever record outside, I put this on and it reduces the wind noise. I think it's quite cool that it is actually included with the lens, especially at this price point. So you can be the judge of whether you think this microphone sounds good or not. I think it's pretty good for the price. If I'm not in front of the camera, I use a different microphone. I use the Blue Snowball, which again probably costs less than £50. If you watch my last video, which was a setup tour for my productive minimalist work from home setup. Then the audio on that was recorded with the Blue Snowball opposed to the Rode VideoMicro, just because I think when I'm doing voiceovers it allows me to get closer to the microphone and deliver a bit better audio quality. That all being said though, I think at this price point the Rode VideoMicro is the best option, especially if you're looking for a solution that just plugs straight into your camera and you don't have to play around with audio matching up in video editing. The next item that I'm going to be talking about is a tripod. Now, my tripod, I'm pretty sure they don't make anymore. It's probably more than 10 years old, maybe even more than 20 years old. It was a hand-me-down from my uncle. It's a Velbon Tripod, which is a good brand. However, from looking on Amazon, tripods that are very similar to this cost less than £30. And I think it's just one of those things that you should use what you have, especially in this price range. I think if you're going to be spending less than £1,000 on your entire setup, you shouldn't be spending a lot of money on your tripod. You should be spending money on the camera, the lights, and the microphone. In addition to this tripod, I also have a Joby GorrillaPod. This costs about £20 on Amazon and it's extremely versatile. It's great for handheld shots, it's good for filming yourself as it gives a bit of an extension, kind of like a selfie stick, and because of the form factor, you can attach it to pretty much any object, which is great for filming when you're outside of the house. And finally, let's talk about probably the most important thing in a YouTube setup, and that is lighting. It doesn't matter how good of a camera you have, if you have poor lighting, you're gonna get poor image quality. So I use a 3-point lighting system in my videos. They're all LED lights which are adjustable. 2 of them are RALENO LED video lights. These cost on Amazon about £62. I managed to get them on Black Friday for half price, so that was an amazing deal, costing about £35 each. I imagine if they went on sale on Black Friday, there will be more offers for these specific lights, so keep an eye out for those, as they are really good lights. You can adjust the brightness of these lights and you can also adjust the warmth of the white that you're getting from them. This is great because when you're setting the custom white balance on your camera, you can set it to the exact same number as on the back of the light, meaning you are getting a perfect white color. And then the other light I use is the ESDDI LED video light. This costs about £46 on Amazon. Again, I managed to get it on Black Friday for £26. This light is actually the blue one that you can see behind me. It's a really cool light, I'll just grab it now. As you can see, you can put these filters on, which are really cool for giving a bit of a different aesthetic to the video. You can also just have it as white, obviously, or you can put lots of different coloured filters on depending on the different look you're trying to go for. Unfortunately, you can't adjust the warmth of the LEDs on this light. That's not really an issue for me, as obviously I use it with the filter, so it doesn't really matter if it's a warm or cool light, it's going to be blue anyway. But if you just want to use it normally and have an accurate white balance, then unfortunately it doesn't have that feature. And then the stands I use for the lights, for the main LED panels, I use Amazon Basic aluminium light stands. This came in a 2-pack for only £28. They also come in individual cases, which is very convenient for storage and travelling. And then for the LED video light with the filters that I just showed, I actually use the Joby GorrillaPods that I mentioned earlier for that. Just because I have it available to me, it meant I didn't have to buy a different stand for it, and it uses the same standard screw system that you get on all cameras and video lights. So that's the equipment that I use to make my videos. If you found this interesting, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Comment down below what you think of the setup. Is there any areas that you think I could improve it, or do you think it's just a generally very good setup for the price? Follow me on social media at JackJenkinsYT, and apart from that, see you in the next one.